Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about another book review, and that's The Wicked and the Damned. This is another book in the Warhammer Horror series that was released, and it was announced earlier this year. So this one is 3 separate stories, unlike the last one, Maledictions, that we talked about, where it was multiple short stories that are usually span less than 20 to 30 pages. This one is 3 larger stories that span about roughly 100 pages each. The book is 308 pages long, so still a good chunk of a book. We're looking at like maybe pre-teen type novel reading here, nothing too serious. But these stories are written by Josh Reynolds, David Addendale, and Phil Kelly, all big name authors in the Warhammer community. I'll read it back real quick. On a misty cemetery world, 3 strangers are drawn together through mysterious circumstances. Each of them has a tale to tell of a narrow escape from death. Amid the toll of funerary bells and the creep and click of mortuary servitors, the truth is confessed. But whose story can be trusted? Whose recollection is warped even unto themselves? For these are strange stories of the uncanny, the irrational, spine-chilling and frightening, where horrors abound in the dark depths the human psyche is unearthed. So, of the 3 stories, I think the one that I liked the best definitely was a tie between the second and third book. The second and third book, but the second book I feel like it cleaned up just a little bit better than the third book did, so I think the second story is going to take my heart on that one. So this one is all based on humans, and they're all in the 40k universe. There's no fantasy in this one at all. So the first story is about a commissar. The second story is about basically a officer in the Astra Militarum, and more or less kind of her rise to power. Obviously you know what the commissar is about. And then the third book is about a Ministorum priest, more or less. Basically just kind of a guy who goes around and speaks the good word of the emperor. So you get some unique, but mainly Astra Militarum focused stories. The first one takes place kind of like on a battlefield in the trenches. The other 2 are based in spaceships, so if you like kind of things that are running around inside a spaceship, being out in the void, that type of thing, that's kind of the focus of the stories. As far as creepy factor, the first one, not as much. Maybe if you saw it maybe from a different light, possibly. But it wasn't one that I was like, eh. I mean, it was just kind of like a normal Warhammer story. The second one, though, which is about the officer rising up to the ranks, was super creepy. And then the third one was, it was enjoyable, but it was once again, more so like a regular Warhammer story, more so than a horror story per se. So really the second one is the only one in here that I really feel touches that horror vibe. But all in all 3 stories are very good stories. They were all very enjoyable to read, and they all kind of intertwined with the 3 characters that are in the book. Like it said, they're on a cemetery planet, which was kind of neat to learn about. It made me think of, I don't know why, but it made me think of like a graveyard out of maybe the Industrial Revolution type age. I don't know, just the way it's described. Very all stone, everything, stone angels, all that type of stuff, because it's a big cemetery. Literally the whole world is a cemetery. And so it's got some unique atmospheres. It's got some twisted stuff in it. Like I said, the second one does a great job of really twisting your mind and bringing some grotesque things about. But all in all, pretty good book. Highly recommend it. The Wicked and the Damned. It's not a continuation of the other one or anything. It's just 3 more stories. I think I enjoyed these a lot more too than Maledictions, because they were all 100 pages, so it allowed for some character development and some backstory and some extra, just the little extra things that builds up on the lore and the story that gives it a lot of character and life. So yeah, I'm not going to put any spoilers really in there, just outside of like the settings and who the characters are, which literally are explained in the beginning of the book and the beginning of each story. I'm not going to say much else because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, pretty good. Liked it quite a bit. Highly recommend it. Hope you guys pick these up and are enjoying this series, kind of me talking about this, yip-yapping about them. I'm going to try and pick up the other one. It's Drachenfels, and I think it's a vampire-centric Warhammer fantasy novel. And then I think that there's more coming out. So in May of 2019, in July, Guinevere Undead, Beast in the Velvet, and Silver Nails, all of which sound a lot like they're all going to be fantasy. So maybe they did a lot of the sci-fi stuff in these first couple ones, and then they'll focus more on the hello, come on, brain. The fantasy setting. And I guess there's also an audio drama called Perdition's Flame by Alec Worley, and The Vampire Genevieve, I guess. I don't know, I haven't heard about that one and haven't. Oh, okay, never mind, that's the Drachenfell. I'm trying to figure out if the Drachenfell is multiple novels or not. Either way, that's what's coming out. That's what I'm going to try to stay on top of as far as my reading goes. I am going to read and review both of the Warhammer Kids books, probably in one video. There's no reason to really break them up. Just talk about it, kind of some of my thoughts on why I think those are important, and why I think as grown adults, your opinion doesn't matter on if they write kids books for kids, because you're not the focus audience, the kids are, and it's to get the kids interested in the genre. Anyways, that's another video for another time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. See you later.